I'm going to go to this next story. Vinny, what do you know about this pipe bomber story?
Okay,
that doesn't add up. Can you tell us about
Are you ready
the
for
story?
this?
Yeah,
So, Pat,
tell us.
We're ready, Vinny.
It's
We're
been
ready.
and again, you're not going to see it mainstream media. It's not going to be all over the place because you know who runs the mainstream media. So it's going to be people like us on the PBD podcast. Rob, I sent you there's two tweets, one by Thomas Massie, and one of the tweets he says, America is waking up today to learn that Capitol Police turned CIA orchestrated the pipe bombs on January 6th, and the FBI has covered it up for over 4 years. I question FBI Director Ray, ATF Director Dadelbach, and FBI Assistant Director over DC, the Antono, under oath, all played dumb. And there's one more he posted, Robbie. It says, you might be able to find it. He goes, this is the biggest scandal of my lifetime. Steve Baker did what an $11 billion agency, the FBI, could not do, or worse yet, covered it up. He identified the January 6th bomber, and she wasn't working alone. Ready for this? Kash Patel needs to make a statement tomorrow when this breaks. So Steve Baker, who works for The Blaze, he did reports of a forensics gait analysis, GAIT, which is technology used to compare a person's walking pattern. It produced a 94% match between the unidentified January 6th pipe bomber, former Capitol Police officer Shaunie Ray Kirkoff, who served with the department until 2022, according to the report. This analysis came from internal video footage reviewed by investigative searches. So, Adam, somebody reviewed for God knows how long the way this person was walking. There was moments where she allegedly was messing with her bra and stuff. The FBI has been searching for this person that put 2 live pipe bombs the night before the Capitol riot. Think about the timing, guys. One outside the RNC headquarters and one outside the DNC headquarters in Washington. Each device was actually real, equipped with a 1-hour kitchen timer, placed around 8 p.m. on January 5th. They were found just before and during the attack of the Capitol the following day. Now, think about this. The authorities believe the goal was planting these bombs, Adam, to distract and divide law enforcement. Because think about it. They know the attack was coming. They're like, how do we divert cops to make sure the shit burns? Okay, that's what they did. Okay, so as of now, today, the FBI has, the investigation remains open. There's a $500,000 reward for information leading to the arrest.
But who's the person they showed?
So see that person on the left? They're alleging the
No, you had faces on the screen a second ago. Who are those people?
What do you mean?
Oh, this tweet right here.
Oh, that's allegedly her. That
And
person
they
that you
can't
think.
find her,
No, what do you mean?
him?
No, Adam, you're not paying attention. They're right now. They're saying that on the outside, that's her. That's her. It took this long for an investigative journalist.
Where is that person located today?
She works for the CIA. Well, allegedly, she works for the CIA now. So she was a Capitol Police member.
Have they brought her in for questioning?
No, Adam, no, nothing yet.
What do you mean they haven't brought her in for
No,
questioning?
Adam,
her name?
This just broke. Her name, Pat, is I'm sorry, Shaunie, Shauni, and then Kirkoff, Kerkhoff. I believe she is a.
And they're alleging that.
This is all alleged. This is all Blaze.
And that name has come out
Did
of
any of these
multiple
pipe
news
bombs-
outlets, right?
This is a Blaze
Vincent,
media report. Yes.
Did any of these pipe bombs go off?
No, Adam, and that's the whole thing. That it was just the actual bomb was real, but you know what they did, Adam? They wanted to distract. Listen to me. They wanted to distract and get agents and cops and Capitol Police away from January 6th. Okay, so now here's the
Capitol,
thing.
you mean?
No, yeah, from the Capitol. I'm sorry. So think about it. Now, really break it down. Is it that far fetched that they had informants everywhere in the crowd? Pelosi is on camera, guys, on camera saying, no, National Guard, I should have brought them and I should have done this. And you mean to tell me all these years later, with all the people they arrested, all the grandmothers, you can't find this person with all the geo-tracking and fencing and all that nonsense? So, again.
So, Vinny, what's your point with this?
My point is, Adam, this thing that we've just let go, January 6th was a setup from the beginning to the end to not only arrest all these January 6 people, it was to make sure, this was one ploy, Adam, never to let Trump get back into office. And if we go back from Russia collusion to the freaking impeachments to shooting him in his head to having another dude at the golf course that wanted to assassinate him. When I say that these FBI, and just an FYI, guys, John Brennan, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, they all just got another subpoena for their role. By the way, this is the FBI, Adam. That's why, you know, when you talk about trusting all these people that are in the FBI, this agency from Comey and all these people have been so freaking corrupt and so weaponized. it's unbelievable. And I think, going back to Nancy Pelosi, I think one of the reasons she is stepping back, because obviously she's made all the money, she's implicated in all this. She's one of the main ones that was like, nope, not National Guard, do all this. I believe, Adam, they all knew. Okay, that's why they were arresting grandmothers. They arrested people that weren't even at January 6th because this was going to be their I got you. He orchestrated a insurrection, and he'll never be able to run for the president of the United States. Because in the Constitution, Tom, is that the Constitution that says if you have an insurrection towards the government, you can never become the president?
That's why the media was told to use the word insurrection, because that's the word that was in the Constitution.
By the way, Vincent.
Yes.
Did you see this other story about BBC?
I love that. Pat, do you mind if I roll this story right into it, guys?
So let me just read the title for you.
Read the title.
The BBC is expected to apologize after using doctored footage of Trump's January 6th speech in documentary. They're expected to apologize after using a doctored footage. The mea culpa clip comes after Michael Prescott, the British network's former editorial guidelines and standards advisor, released a damning 19-page report alleging widespread bias within the organization, highlighting warnings he issued in May about the doctored speech. So, according to the outlet, do we have the difference of what they did? I think they spliced it.
And just for a quick, cut
Adam, flipped it, ripped it upside
down. To add
down.
to it, a whistleblower inside the network revealed that the edit came for a peaceful. Trump was saying be peaceful and patriotic, but they made it look like he was trying to incite violence.
Go ahead, play the clip, Rob.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk
So
down.
hold on, pause. That was the
BBC
doctored clip.
Doctored. It makes it.
So-
what does it make it sound like? He's saying, guys, we're going to go
We're
down
gonna go
there.
down there,
We're
we're
going
gonna
to
fight.
We're going to cause problems.
So play the original.
This is the original.
Walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
Now, and guys, doesn't this?
So
mind you,
they added the fight like hell part
Yes,
from a different
and-
section.
yeah,
Edited it.
yeah.
Sounds like
edited
somebody
it.
got some explaining to do.
So-
by the way, didn't Trump sue, I believe, 60 Minutes for the Kamala thing
Adam,
and win
this is coming.
$17 million,
If
whatever
you don't
it was?
think the
The Trump Library is basically funded by media
and
organizations.
Hold on, Vinnie,
settlements.
Vinnie, let me understand something.
Go ahead.
Are you saying that the mainstream media has been lying and doctoring and editing and been against Trump this entire time? Is that your claim?
Have been tools
are
of
you
the
ready for
FBI
this?
Is that what
and
you're trying to
insiders.
say,
Yeah,
Vinnie?
and mind you, yes, Adam, this is
Wow.
BBC.
Shocking.
This is another country's mainstream media. What are you getting off? What are you doing? Okay, and by the way, this is the same media. They twisted his Charlottesville thing when he tried to do it made it seem like he was praising the white supremacists, even though he was condemning them. By the way, let's not forget, okay, who BBC is. They're the same network that protected, we talked about this, Jimmy Savile. For decades, he was
course.
sexually abusing hundreds of victims, including children. Internal investigation shows that the producers and executives ignored and buried complaints just to protect the brand. That's the BBC. And Rob, you're going to love this one.
BBC is like the MSNBC or
Adam,
left-wing
this-
CNN.
Rob
of
will
the
know
UK.
exactly who
that
this
right?
is. This is
And
the same BBC that on 9/11,
And the MI6 megaphone, by the way.
on 9/11,
So they're very
BBC.
left.
Can I finish what I'm saying, please?
Sorry, buddy.
What's happening? I'm trying to finish what I'm saying.
Tom right there.
The same BBC that on 9/11 went live and announced that building number 7 collapsed. All the time, it was still standing behind them, and the reporter was Jane Stanley. I know it's going to happen that Trump goes after them because, mind you, this is connected to January 6th. They pulled support away from the Capitol because they wanted it, Adam. They wanted pandemonium. They took peaceful people. They shot them with tear gas. They shot them with bullets. You had people like Ray Epps, who got a slap on the wrist misdemeanor, saying, we're going into the Capitol. We're going into the Capitol. And it failed. And I hope they all get accountable. And whoever that Shaunie Ray Kirkoff is, I hope they're doing an investigation right now to find him.
Rob just pulled this up. Good find, Rob. BBC to apologize deceptively, editing President Trump's January 6th speech in an effort to make it look like he encouraged violence. The apology letter is reportedly coming next week. Samir Shah, BBC chairman, will write to the Culture, Media, and Sports Committee on Monday to express regret for the way the speech made on the day January 6, 2021 Capitol riot was spliced together. The Telegraph reported BBC's Director General Tim Davie and Shaw were both allegedly warned about the doctorate footage in May, but decided to keep quiet.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Is
So
Tim
they
Davey
knew
the one
about
that
it.
resigned? Who
Can
resigned?
you pull up who these guys are,
Who
Rob?
resigned last night? Somebody resigned.
Yeah, I'll tell you who resigned. Davey. Tim, yesterday, BBC's Director General Tim Davey and new CEO Deborah Turnus resigned after controversy
And
after
they're-
the speech. This guy's bye-bye.
Right. And so Davey resigns, and now they're going after the Shah.
The Shah. No,
Won't be the first time they went after
exactly. PVD.
Yeah.
They're issuing an apology as if they think it's going to end there.
No, it's definitely
Trump's
not.
going to sue them, yes?
Yeah. I mean, you would assume
He sued all
suing
these other
everybody.
outlets.
The Trump library getting
The
prettier
jerky
and
boy. Sue
prettier.
everybody.
And by the way, he's probably going to win.
Adam,
Probably.
This is proof. This is another couple $1 million.
Look, all these outlets that have been lying and gaslighting the public, they're gonna receive their accountability in the form of a paycheck.
That's what I'm saying. We have the House, we have the Senate. I think
You divided
they need
America.
to go harder.
I mean, you impacted
Exactly.
another country's elections
Exactly.
publicly, and you manipulated where everybody said this guy was rooting for violence. So, yes, there needs to be a certain level of accountability being held there.
Bro, I remember watching that speech and being like, this mother effer.
Of course, you got duped. I don't
I'm not
blame
going
you.
to bring this up again. This is why you say I'm the biggest Trump guy. I fell for all the lies.
Well, I don't blame you because if you're watching that
And I'm
network,
watching the
Adam, you're
news, and
good.
what am I gonna think?
It's
He's
not your
probably
fault.
edited it.
Adam, it's not your fault.
But now,
Adam.
no,
it's not-
Vinny, you got to understand.
Adam,
What, Vinny?
it's not your fault. Don't.
Vinny,
Good Adam hunting.
I'd like to add something quick. Vinny, you're not crazy. During the drug wars between the Crips and Bloods and that were in L.A., I'm telling you, this really happened.
This is what
You had,
I
I had a family member that was part of the paramedics, and I also spoke to other people who were paramedics. And at that time, the paramedics would be coming down to a shooting, and they would hear additional shots. And it was supposedly FBI later figured out who wanted
To reroute them to
who
nothing.
wanted to keep the wars going between Crips
Wow.
and Bloods, and they would fire additional shots. Well, guess what? The paramedics would stop at a perimeter before they're going in to get the victims of the shooting, and they would hear the extra shots, and they're waiting for LAPD, crash units, and all the things there. They're waiting for all them to get in there and for the to stop. Meanwhile, the guys that were shot are bleeding out. And the violence was suppressed, and they say that it was actually our government that wanted. And if you read the history of the drug wars and Crips and Bloods, they were bad, and they had stuff going on. But there was also government manipulation that was going in there, and also the country of Mexico and a group that was called the South, which was the gangs that were from Mexico and L.A. were known as the South. And so it's not the first time the government has thrown a distraction over here to keep it going on over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that story, Tom. By the way, I thought you were going a completely different direction. I thought you were going to be like, listen, when I was gangbanging with the Crips and the Bloods, let me tell you.
Hey, fool, what's up?
Adam, it's
Hey,
about how the
Vinny.
government wants something to
Joe
happen
Prada
over
about this
here,
stuff.
and they're actually part of it behind the curtain.
Tomorrow's Veterans Day. And what we want to do for the veterans who are watching this, we have a whole new series of merch for veterans. Rob, if you can zoom in into some of these guys here. Whether you're Army, we got an Army Future Looks Bright. We got, go a little bit lower, Rob, if you could. We got those hats with the Velcro. That right there, the Army Future Looks Bright patch is insane. Go lower, Rob. You know, Air Force, Navy, keep going, keep going, keep going. We got those green hats.
Oh, that one's
Those
sick.
green hats, they won't last long. Every time we have those, they disappear.
badass.
The one on the right, it's absolutely sick. On the front of it, it says Future Looks Bright. U.S. Armed Forces, Marines, keep going. And then you have the USA hat. That's another one. It's one of our most, I think it's the top 5 most reviewed hats of all time that you have right there. The USA with the, what do you call it? The camouflage on there. Armed Forces in the middle with the dog tag. 6 shirt. Keep going lower, Rob. Keep going lower. And you got the Army greens, the hats in the middle, and then go to the next one, that Angry Patriot shirt to the
Nice.
right. You got a bunch of stuff here. And here's what it is. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order, use the code VETERAN for a discount, VETERAN for a discount, and 10% of every purchase made will go to charities that are related to folks who are serving, and we have a handful of them that we're working with. Trust me, we're very selective on which one then we go through. 10% of whatever purchase is made will go to different charities out there, and if you use the code VETERAN, you'll get a 10% discount as well. Some of those items are, limited supply that we ordered, so be sure to go out there and place the order for yourself. And if it's not you, You have a friend that went to the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, the Navy. Gift them something from this that watches the podcast. Again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order using the discount VETERAN. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.